morning, everybody! I know, you guys are probably just like, who is this man who just randomly dropped a video in my sub box? It's been so long since last time, and I know, it has been a while since the last upload, but I finally cut a break from my schoolwork to make this top 5 list. And yes, this is a top 5, not a top 10. So I'll tell you guys right now, I'm not a big fan of the Sinnoh region, nor am I a fan of most Generation 4 Pokemon. So instead of coming up with some bogus reasons for why I like 10 of them, I've condensed the list down to 5. So let's get going. Lucario. Yeah, you just heard right. Lucario. Most of you guys have been getting the impression that just because I hate Mega Lucario, and the fact that it exists, also means that I hate regular Lucario, but that's not the case. Regular Lucario is an awesome Pokemon. It has a cool design and some neat stats. Unlike its Mega Evolution, it was just over-designed and overpowered. Lucario has an amazing role in the 8th Pokemon movie, and it is by far the most emotional death in the series. Lucario was also my favorite character to use in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, which is the reason why you didn't see a rant video when Lucario was confirmed for the 4th Super Smash Bros. Game. But I'll say this right now, if Lucario's new Final Smash is Mega Evolving, then don't even expect me to get near that Smash Ball. Garchomp is simply a boss Pokemon. Whoever came up with the concept of it needs to get a raise and probably promotion too. Even though Garchomp doesn't evolve until late in the game, its insanely high stats are very rewarding. Especially after spending so much time in Wayward Cave just to catch its first form, the rarity of Gible really adds to how special it is. Infernape. Remember, this is in Gen 4, which was before everyone got completely sick of the entire firefighting deal. Infernape is a swift yet powerful Pokemon that can do a lot of cleaning up in both the main story and in Wi-Fi battles. Also, it seems to be the best of the firefighting types when it comes to competitive battling. Let's face it, Blaziken is just plain broken and Emboar is garbage, but Infernape is one heck of a Pokemon. Spiritomb. Just like Garchomp, I really like Spiritomb due to the whole "it's a hard Pokemon to obtain" factor. Well, at least it was hard the way I looked at it. Being a lot younger back then, I didn't realize that when you had to talk to people 32 times in the underground in order for Spiritomb to appear, that you could just talk to the same person 32 times. I actually thought it meant that you had to talk to 32 completely different people. Needless to say, I wasted a lot of time, but hey, I got my Spiritomb! And of course, before the Fairy type, Spiritomb was one of only 2 Pokemon with no weaknesses, which would be cool to any kid growing up at the time. Darkrai. I know, some of you guys probably hate seeing this list getting ruled by a legendary Pokemon, but who can deny Darkrai's awesomeness? The 10th movie showed Darkrai to actually have the power to melt into the shadows and then move around as an actual shadow, which just seems like an incredibly cool ability to have. Plus, Pokemon doesn't really have a good villain that they keep around for several generations. Sure, Team Rocket appears in Generations 1 and 2, as well as their remakes, but they just aren't a group that can fit into every bad situation. In Diamond and Pearl, a boy nearly dies after being trapped in Darkrai's nightmare. It looked like a bad guy for the majority of the 10th movie until the ending, and it is the main antagonist of both Pokepark 2 Wonders Beyond and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky. It definitely seems like a good Pokemon that Nintendo can keep going back to over and over again for new villainous roles.